Oh, yeah. I gotta be quiet because my mom's sleeping in the other room, but we're in that bitch live. Anyways, man, we are here making some fucking. We've been on that bacon, potato, egg scramble hash. It's fucking good. It's good. Y'all should try that shit. And tonight we're eating big as fuck. We are gonna eat. So earlier in the day, I had a nice little 8-ounce steak, with a skewer of shrimp, right at Texas Roadhouse. Yes, okay. I stayed away from the infamous bread rolls. Okay, we might have a couple tonight. We might have a couple tonight for desserts, right? I've been running hella. Basketball all week. Cardio has been at an all-time high. So whenever you do so much cardio, right? As much cardio as I do, and in order to stay nice and flatlined like that, you are getting rid of sugar in your glycogen stores in your body, right? We all have glycogen stores in our body, okay? And when these stores fill up with bread and shit like that, it's energy that you need to output in any type of cardio. It could be running, it could be basketball, it could be Stairmaster. But if you don't put out these glycogen stores that the bread gives you, the rice gives you, the fruit gives you, carbs, right? You are never gonna have any type of pack. You're never gonna have any type of, you know, flat stomach. You need to get rid of, if you have already a big ass stomach, or you're not slim, you need to get rid of that energy. The only way you get rid of it is cardio. Okay, you can lift, but lifting is only going to build and tear down muscle, and that's a whole different ball game. All right, lifting and all the weight exercises has to deal with protein. Okay, protein is the only thing that's going to repair it. But if you have on this side of the fence all this glycogen in your body, all this stored up sugar that hasn't been burned yet, what's going to happen when you just lift and you start eating better? Okay, let's just say you start eating better, right? You will build muscle, but the muscle is going to be on top of the glycogen store, which makes you look more bulkier. Okay, if you don't get rid of this over here on this side of the screen, all the glycogen, all the stored up sugar first, which like in my head, if you don't thin out before you start putting on muscle, you're gonna look triple the size. And that's where a lot of people get confused. All right, there's two sections, right? Putting on muscle, protein, glycogen stores, cardio, carbohydrates. It all starts with a C over here. All right, get rid of your glycogen stores. Get rid of, not, that sounds pretty stupid. Get rid of the sugar in your stomach over here first in order to be able to eat bread, be able to eat potatoes, be able to, eat a little bit more comfortable knowing that you're not going to get fat the next day. And that's what I love to do. I like to reward myself through cardio, knowing that I can eat whatever I want, because as long as my glycogen stores are burned and there's nothing in there, I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and it's gonna like tonight I'm gonna have, look, I didn't even show y'all, bro. I'm gonna have the eggs, potatoes, and hash and all that shit. On top of that, fam, oh my god, a whole rack of fucking ribs with macaroni and vegetables. And yes, I'm gonna put cheese on the vegetables. Why? Because there is nothing in my fucking stomach right now, right? I need to eat more. I told you I need to get bigger. So we're gonna eat the potato bacon hash, right? First, because that's what I was craving anyways. Bacon sizzling and shit. And then after that, I will eat the whole rack of ribs. And then after the whole rack of ribs is done, and everything is mainly done, I will reward myself with some bread rolls and cinnamon butter. Tomorrow, since there's nothing in here and there's nothing in here in my body right now, I can have literally 3 meals in one sitting. But since I'm only having, well, I told you I ate the steak earlier. I only have 1 meal in my body at the beginning of my day. I burned it off already. Now I can go ahead and lavish off of 2 meals to recover my muscles with whatever protein I'm gonna have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs, right? Because what is protein? Protein is poultry. It all starts with a P, if you notice. Poultry. Bacon, eggs, I count it as poultry. It's protein. And the ribs. That's the only protein that I'm getting on this side that's going to help recover my muscles for tomorrow and make me feel tighter and more, you know? What's going to give me energy to do more cardio tomorrow is going to be the macaroni, the pasta, right? The vegetables over there, and the potatoes. And the bread is because depending how much bread you eat, it can also weigh you down, but it can also give you good mass. You know, build mass at the same time that you are gaining more energy. If you really are smart, you will have learned what the fuck I just said, and you will break it down, okay? I'm gonna simplify it one more time. Glycogen stores, energy, carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Bread, macaroni, vegetables, potatoes. All this energy that's stored over here is gonna be used tomorrow, but depending where you are in your state of character, if you're fat, don't eat bread, don't eat macaroni, just eat the potatoes and the vegetables. And if you're on a cut, you can have as much protein as you want if you're fat, and that's fine. But if you are fat, cut out the bread, cut out the rice, cut out the tortillas, cut out the heavier carbohydrates that are harder to burn, right? They fuel and fill up your glycogen stores a lot faster than ever before. And especially if you're trying to lose weight, it's not gonna work, okay? I'm telling you, potatoes, vegetables, that's it. That's it for you, okay? If you're skinny, the opposite side of the spectrum, the bread, the macaroni, the potatoes, triple that, so that way your glycogen stores overfill, making you gain a little bit more size, okay? Stay with me, stay with me. Now we're gonna talk about this side over here. You have to hit as much as you weigh in the number of protein. So let's say, for example, one egg right here is 6 grams. I weigh like around 150. Everybody thinks I weigh like about 200. I'm not gonna cap, but everybody knows I'm capping when I say 200. I really weigh like about 150, but so that means I don't count shit, right? But when I used to, I'm having 8 eggs right here. That's automatic. 6 times 8, 48. That's 50 grams. I'm gonna estimate it. 50 grams right there. That means I need 100 grams of protein, which in turn I know I'm gonna get from the 6 slices of bacon. There's 6 slices of bacon. Each one is 7 grams, right? That's another 42. Hold on. Yeah. 7 times 6. Hold on. 7 times 7. 49. That's another 50 grams in just bacon. I'm already hitting 100. Now I know for a fact that full rack of ribs is more than 50 grams. I hit my protein and I hit the carbs that I'm gonna need for tomorrow or for the next, whatever lift. And it's gonna make me look like a fucking unit. Food breakdown, but that's not why I'm here. That was a little bit of knowledge that I just shared with y'all. A little bit of real facts, real factual knowledge, alright? Stay with me. Hold on. It's time to take out the bacon. I'm cooking with y'all. Cooking with BANDOO, alright? This is just shit that... Hold on. There's a fucking bug on the floor and shit. Tripping me out. But, hold on. Let me get this bacon out of the fucking pan without taking the fat or like leaving the fat in the pan for the eggs. If you're smart like me, you don't use oil, right? You just use the fat from the bacon that just poured out like a fucking hog. Hold on. Stay with me. Let me just get this bacon out. Hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. Hold on. Let me just put this right there. Stay with me. That's, I don't even know what the ground nutmeg, some bacon shit. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Popping hot bacon. Alright, hold on. Let's crack the eggs in here. Once and for all. 2. Y'all ask for the recipe all the time, man. And I wouldn't lie to you. I try to eat one meal in the middle of my day, and that's it, because I don't like to stay full. The reason I love to eat in the nighttime is because, like today, I had a sirloin steak with a skewer shrimp and some fried pickles, right? When I got home, I automatically felt tired. Because what happens when you eat? Your blood spikes, right? And then it's not gonna keep going up. You would have to keep eating. But with one big climatic thing, just like a fucking chart and graph for you fucking business nerds, it's gonna crash. Like a stock. Which in turn means you're gonna crash. So why would you want to crash in the middle of your day when you know you got shit to do? Right? Unless it's one of your off days and you don't give a fuck and you want to be fat and shit, you want to stay home and chill out, go ahead. Eat everything that you want in the middle of your day. But I can't do that. I always got to be proactive. I got to always be doing something. I got to always be doing something. I'm an only child. I'm single. Ready to mingle. But, you know, you get the gist. Anyways, eggs are in, man. The point of this video, follow the TikTok at BANDOO. The point of this video is find something that makes you happy. Something that you're passionate about. And stick with it. You'd be like, damn, BANDOO, that was a whole 360 turn from the video. Yes, because without my passion and love for being a fat fuck and, you know, putting people on game and eating and just being someone that people could look up to and still be young, that's a blessing to me. I always wanted that when I was a little kid. I always wanted someone I could look up to, but that wouldn't guide me in the wrong direction or wouldn't fucking just be bad. But I feel like this world just gets more bad and bad every day, that someone got to be good, someone got to lead the pack, someone got to help the community out, someone got to show people, you know, a different mindset, a different fucking function, that a different wave. A different wave that people will be down to. I mean, damn, that nigga, he really on his shit. Damn, that nigga really, you know, doing it. Damn, that nigga ain't just talking. Damn, that nigga been about his fucking business this whole time. Damn, that nigga is actually smart. Smarter than I thought. I told you, I didn't learn this from just me. First, it's God first. But God helped me learn this from a doctor at Harvard when I was 17. and he let me absorb it like in a matter of 2 to 3 months. I stole a professor's knowledge from Harvard that he worked his ass off for 8 years. I learned everything, picked it up in 3 months. Fuck with me. And anyone could do that too. It's just put your mind to it. If any of y'all seen that movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, that bitch is bad. Hold on. She's one of my like celebrity crushes. Like, so go search her up, Scarlett Johansson. Shoot. If I lay my hands on that. If I lay my hands on that. Anyways, you can fucking activate 90% of your brain. That's not a lie. That's not entertainment. That is not, there's a way to access 100% also. It's just we're not accustomed to learning that shit. And I'm gonna put you on more game. There's a supplement, there's a ingredient that is called L-theanine that makes you become superhuman. Quote me if I'm wrong. There's a fucking doctor out there that's on TikTok or whatever the fuck. And the way you activate this superhuman mentality is take the supplement, or Gorilla Mind has L-theanine in it. I love energy drinks. People say they're bad for you, but they have some good qualities in them as well. What's bad for you is the amount of caffeine that it has in each can. But if you're already someone like me that's been a gym rat for years, is a caffeine addict, it's not bad because your tolerance gets high with any substance that you take. It could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be anything. So why do they say that caffeine is bad when it just makes you more productive than it's ever have in your entire life? It's like if some of y'all are coke addicts, one bump, cool. At the beginning, right, you're wired, but then you start upping it to 2 to 3 to 4. One shot gets you woozy at 17. Then at 18, you want 2 shots. Then at 19, you want 3. Then by the time you know it, you're fucking dousing up the whole fucking bottle. Make it make sense. Facts. I'm speaking and I'm preaching facts. Hold on. Eggs are done. Right? Hold on. I'll show you. Got the eggs in here. Got the bacon on there. We're gonna lay it on there like that. Oh my god. We're gonna douse cheese on it. Hold on. Stay with me. Government cheese. Don't ask me how I get it. I don't know. My mom gets it. Hold on. We're gonna show you this scramble at the end. Shit. Oh my god. Now we're gonna do the potatoes. A little bit of olive oil. That's the best, most natural oil you could use. I only use oil for the potatoes because the spray is gonna dry up. If you use a spray, then potatoes are gonna fucking be ass. Alright, they're gonna be so dry. But I like to use avocado oil for the eggs because it's zero everything. The olive oil does have 130 calories for like a little fucking teaspoon, but at this point in my life, where I'm at physically, I don't give a fuck about calories. I told you. Oh yeah, handful of cheese. What does Sam Sulek say? If y'all don't know who Sam Sulek is, search him up. He says, if you're not in a fucking show, what the fuck are you cutting for? And facts. He spoke facts. I ain't in no show, so I'm gonna try to put on as much size as I can. And people out there in the fucking valley are watching and noticing. Hold on, potato. Potatoes in. Like Gordon Ramsay. You hear that? That's his one. Oh yeah. The title of this video is gonna be Cooking with BANDOO. We ain't cooking with Kaya, man. Hold on. I'm like Kaya's cooking ass. It was all a fugazi. Okay? Anyone can fucking cook. So, if you don't cook, I challenge you to cook. Alright. Eggs cracked and shit. Gotta throw them away now. I never got to explain the reason why I eat at night. So I told you and explained to you everything that I eat during the day, which is practically nothing, because when I don't eat at a restaurant in the midday, I'm eating stuff like fruit, something easy to the digestive system. I'm eating something like a banana, an apple, a grapes, pineapple, I don't know, something, but like a handful. I'm not really hungry. I don't wanna crash, just like none of us do, right? So, like I said, when you eat, spike goes up. It's 11 o'clock right now. Spike goes up right now when I eat all this fucking food in the room in the back. The crash comes down, which means better sleep, a better recovery, and some of these foods actually, you know, once they enter the stomach so hot, your stomach becomes a fucking oven. What do I mean? What do you mean, BANDOO? An oven? You're eating hot foods. Alright? You haven't ate all day. Oh, you had fruit, but you know, you probably burn that through just walking or being at work or whatever. Energy drink, 0 calories, 10 calories, you burn that, right? Someone like me that hasn't ate, or on a normal day, hasn't ate anything all day besides like a ham or an apple for lunch, let's just say. This food's gonna enter my stomach at a temperature that is hot and makes your stomach thermogenic, okay? That when I sleep, everything's digesting. I'm asleep, I'm laying down. All that food is in my stomach. It's digesting. Usually digestion lasts about 2 to 3 hours, especially with how much I'm eating. 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4, but by the time I wake up, let's say I go to sleep at 12, 7 hours, 8 hours without eating any food, all this food sits going down the intestine and shit. By the time I wake up, I take a fat fucking shit every morning. And I shit great. I shit excellence. I piss excellence. Ricky Bobby. Okay? And when you shit and piss excellence, you start on 0 every day. I'm giving y'all the fucking keys, man. This video is a banger. Okay? Every video is a banger. But this one is just being an extra banger right now, because I'm giving you the whole recipe. I'm giving you the whole knowledge in one fucking video. And if y'all are not taking advantage of the fucking knowledge in the video, it's your loss. It's your loss. So, yeah, man, that is literally the fucking breakdown of what the fuck's been going on with this fucking shiesty ass bud. Yes, I had to tiptoe for that stance. Alright? Your boy is 5'8". I'm gonna say 5'8" right now, because I don't know how I haven't done my height measurements. But on a good day, I'm about 6'8". Why? Because my confidence makes up for my height. Feel me? I'm just that nigga. People look at me and they're looking at a giant. Why? Because I tower them. What does Arnold Schwarzenegger say? The reason why he was such an Olympia champion is because, yes, there was smaller guys that were bigger than him. There was, you know, guys that were actually his height, but more swole than his ass. But they were always like, no confidence. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, you gotta throw your hands in the air, huh? You know? You have such a beautiful fucking bod, big ass bod, but what's the point of having a big ass bod, shredded ass bod, if you're small inside? You got the confidence of a 12-year-old, but you're out here 25 looking swoller than me. Adapt. Learn. Gain confidence. Value yourself. You are worthy. You were that nigga. You were that girl. Make the right choices. Hang around with the right people. Actually, rephrase that. Hang around with no one and learn so much about yourself that people start wanting to know who you are, what you are doing. Then you decide, you depict which people you want to give your energy to, so that way you're around the right people. Kind of makes sense? You kind of get the game. Do you see the game that I'm seeing right now? People always want to hang out with me, but do I want to hang out with them? Not really. Most of the time I don't. Honestly, most of the time I'm having more fun here at the house on this fucking video with y'all than I have out there in the public. I really just go out in public because to do the things that I have to do every day and want to do every day because I want to do it. If I could live in an earth that had nobody on it, I would. And I would learn how to live perfectly. If I was Adam and there was one Eve, that's all I'd need. Preach. That shit rhymed too. I don't even know how. But yeah, man, I think I'm done talking. I'm done. This is not even an event. This is an event that I displayed for y'all. I'm gonna finish up these potatoes, man. Everything came out fucking beautiful on this little egg hash right here. I'm gonna put the potatoes over. I'm gonna eat the ribs, the macaroni, the bread, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Share it with your friends if they really want to get put on game of how to get swole and not look like a bowl of noodles. All right, not feel like a bowl of noodles. Not just, I'm not saying nothing about a bowl of noodles, but after so many days of eating bowls of noodles, your stomach's gonna look like a bowl. Okay, you get it. I hope everything on your journey is going well, and if it's not, this is your wake-up call. And if not, BANDOO Sando will help y'all. And if not, BANDOO Sando will always try his best to be putting people in the valley or out of the valley, wherever you're watching this video, to be the best version of yourself. Because that's what younger BANDOO would want for this nigga right here staring across. Younger BANDOO would just always look up to that nigga right there on that camera and be like, damn, I wish I had that brother. I wish I had that nigga to be influencing me at a young age. Because if younger BANDOO, fat BANDOO, was looking at this BANDOO, where's that picture? Where's that picture? If this BANDOO was looking at this nigga, I'd be fucking asking him all these fucking questions. I'd be like, hey, BANDOO. I'll be like, hey, help me on this one, help me on that, help me out. Where do I get this? If you ask, you shall receive. People out there in the fucking public be scared to talk to me. I'm like, I'm the most friendliest nigga. The most swollest niggas in the world are actually the most friendliest niggas. They just seem intimidating, but they're not. Everybody's human. Everybody's like-minded. It's just, y'all need to find the right frequency, the right energy to be talking to someone like me in public. For real. I even talk to people that I don't want to talk to because out of the goodness of my heart, I know I can help them, but I can't help everybody. People got to help themselves, and that's the real truth. And I love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed, and in Jesus' name, don't be that guy. Be that one. And I'm giving y'all the keys every day. Slowly but surely, we will make it happen. All right. Remember that you are the church. You are your body. You're your temple. Take care of it. Appreciate it. Don't think for a second that you will find something better on the other side when you can make your grass greener. All right. Don't try to hop on an island that you don't know what's on it. When your island might be dirty, might be, but you could start planting seeds. You could start growing your own grass. You could start growing your own fruit. You could start growing some shit maybe that you would want on your own fucking island. I don't fucking know, but you get what I'm fucking trying to say. I'm trying to be extra motivational and shit. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed. These potatoes are looking fucking crispy. Dano Sano, Mano Scano, Diego Yakov. All right, I actually know a little bit of Hebrew. Check me out. Hold on. I forgot. We're on that bit.